Hey everybody, welcome to the Bob's Burgers After Show here on AfterBuzz TV, Season 7, Episode 11, Like Gene for Chocolate. We're going to be breaking down the episode and talking about how delicious candy truly is after the break.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I love it. It's just,
I know the theme song just seems like particularly appropriate for what I think was like the strongest episode we've had since that
the Valentine's Day
the Valentine's Day one. Yeah,
it always has to come back to candy.
I know it really does, guys. Like candy is clearly just the solution to an excellent episode of Bob's Burgers.
I love it.
Welcome to the Bob's Burgers After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. For those of you who are joining us, watching live in the live chat, etc., thanks for hanging out with me on my birthday because it is today, right now.
Birthday!
So like really appropriate again that it was an episode all about sweet delicious things like you should consume or like one should consume on their birthday. If you are watching live again, thank you. But remember, you can also listen to us over on iTunes. And if you are listening on iTunes, you can also watch us on YouTube either live circa 8:30 p.m. on Sunday nights. That is Pacific time.
Circa.
Yes.
Or
roundabout.
or you can watch us after the fact and just enjoy our beautiful faces as well as our beautiful voices talking about our love of all things Bob's Burgers. Allow me to introduce the wonderful panel of people with me this evening. Alexis Torres.
Hey guys, you can find me all over social media at atorres890.
And Andrew Mena.
I'm Andrew Mena. You can find me at Andrew Mena, AndrewMena.
And I'm Emma Fyffe. I can be found all over the internet wherever Emma Fyffes are sold at my name, which is, as previously mentioned, Emma Fyffe. Great episode.
So good.
Pretty solidly delightful.
Yeah, and we've been wanting a Gene-focused episode for like quite some time.
And this was such a good Gene-centric episode because I felt it explored an aspect of his character that we kind of haven't before.
Yeah, because I mean, not to play like the super Gene trope, but like the fact that it's usually based around music or him trying to do something with his keyboard. So the fact that we got to learn something new about the fact that he's not a finisher, he's a starter, is actually quite interesting because I would have never pegged him as that since he's so passionate about his music.
Yeah.
But I guess that kind of makes sense since creatively, I mean, sometimes that happens.
I mean, it makes sense. It's one of those things where I feel like they really did a good job like showing us a different shade that really makes sense to the world that they've given us already.
It does.
Like, when you look at some of the episodes where he does write songs, like he writes great songs, but he gives up a lot about just like, oh, should I learn to play piano really? No.
Nah.
Should I like, you know what I mean? Like he does have a lot of things that he's totally willing to like not do.
I think that it's very characteristic of any creative type, like very accurate representation, because I know for myself, it's like I always have these like great ideas for projects and I start them and I don't finish them.
Yeah.
So I like really related to Gene on that level, and I also really related to this idea that he wasn't finishing things in school or really paying enough attention to detail in things in school that he wasn't feeling really passionate about. Because again, we see Gene as being this really passionate person, but that's only about the things that he's enjoying, like outside of school, and even then it's like a lot of great ideas that never really come to fruition. So it was nice to see, because like for example, like my brother, very different type than Gene. He's not like the kooky creative type like Gene is at all, but he is very smart and passionate about the things that he really likes. He programs mobile apps.
That's cool.
And he, from the time he was a little kid, he said he wanted to be a toy maker, and ultimately, like, he'd like to program more like video games than like practical mobile apps, which is what he currently works in.
That's crazy.
But you know what I mean? So, but like in school, like he wasn't a great student because he just the stuff didn't interest him, or sometimes it really was too easy for him, so he just didn't really pay attention. So
it can be hard if you're not challenged to like want to engage in whatever it is you got in front of you.
And then if you actually do find a challenge, especially in something that you really, really love, that's like something exciting for you.
And I mean that's what this episode was about. It was about Gene discovering something bigger that like he really, really cared about, but it stemmed from this little thing of, this chunky blast off new recipe isn't as good as the old recipe, and like he notices it immediately. It's like, oh, they gave the astronaut sunglasses and frosted tips.
I mean, he did look like a douchebag.
Yeah, he did look like such a douchebag.
So true.
I was like, ooh.
I love Gene. Like Gene's relationship with the candy is so interesting and important. Like it's a relationship that we all kind of have to our childhoods. Obviously, like the old man points out in the last scene.
Totally.
But I just love the mechanic they use of pairing Gene up with this character who is in essence like a superified version of that one trait that Gene is exhibiting in the beginning.
Yes.
He's essentially the super never finisher guy, and so you get Gene gets a glimpse of like what that life could have been or could be if he like continues to be that, and he doesn't like it, which is like the most satisfying place to be. Like, good, great, that motivates you, and now he feels challenged. I'm gushing. I'm so excited.
No, but it was great because it's supposed to kind of see that whole like, oh, he's supposed to be a mentor because he's kind of the owner of my favorite candy, but he's also not that great. But did you guys actually think that he was gonna pull through? Or if you're like, nah, he's probably going to give up.
I mean, he sort of did pull through in the end. I mean, obviously, like, they don't actually successfully get them to switch the candy back, but, like, he stands up for Gene.
He does. He, like, holds the phone down or whatever, right? Like,
that was great.
It is a great moment.
Because, again, the relationship between Gene and Ferdinand was so interesting because it was, like, Ferdy is what Gene could become, but I think also in Gene he sees, like, this is who I should be. I should be this person that cares so much, so that when Gene does break into the boardroom meeting, he's like, no, this kid is like really passionate about this candy and you should listen to what he has to say. And then everyone's like, yes, let's change it back. And then they're like, nah, really, we're not going to do that. That's going to cost way too much money.
$10 million or something?
Yeah. It was very interesting because I didn't think that that's how the route was going to go.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I thought they were like, we're going to change it, but then they weren't like actually going to change it. But no, they're like, oh, okay, how much is that going to cost? $15 to $20 million.
That reaction line?
Yeah.
No, but I love how he was like rolling up his sleeves and he's like, oh, no, then no, we're not doing that.
Yeah. It was so good.
But again, it was super enjoyable to see Gene ignite that same passion that we see in him so often in all of these other people. And like practically it's not going to work out, but it really was a victory for Gene.
Absolutely.
Because as Linda said, he can put it on his resume.
Oh my God.
That was
the man,
so cute.
Saved candy, cute as a button.
Oh my God, I love that. And it was such a mom line to say.
I wish that was my resume. That's so cute.
I know.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I also loved that even though Linda was involved but not involved at the same time.
Yes, because Linda was supporting her children, which we see her do very often, and you know, Linda is one of the greatest fictional moms to ever live. But she was also motivated by the fact that she was just getting free samples of the candy shop.
Candies.
Oh my God.
I don't even think they were entirely free samples. I think she was legit buying big bags of candy.
Oh yeah, no, some of it was definitely buying bags of candy, but the scene where she's like going through going, oh, I haven't had this one before. Oh, I'm gonna try you. So great. And
her mouth being all blue at the very end.
Yes.
I was like, oh, Linda.
For a second, in one of the later sequences, I thought she was like colored differently. I was like, oh no, the sugar is like making her like blotch up or something. Oh no, I'm blind.
Well, it's funny because as soon as he went on the candy tour, I was like, oh, this is going to be a Willy Wonka episode.
Yeah.
And I would still like to see that somewhere down the line, but I really enjoyed where they went with this episode. Again, it's like from the main story of Gene trying to, you know, change the candy formula back to what it should have been and reminding the candy company that who really matters are the children and also the money. And then Linda's, again, her little side story, but also Bob and Teddy's
story.
My God. I did not know where that was going. Teddy walks in with a bucket full of something and is like, hey, can I use your dishwasher? Mine's busted. And Bob's reaction of, no, yes, we do mind because we're a restaurant.
I was so upset too because like I wasn't when as soon as you saw the golf balls I was like I don't really know where this is going, but I also don't. Is it true that you can actually make money by taking those golf balls out?
I don't know.
If anybody knows, can you comment or tweet us
like
or something?
Used golf balls. I mean, I was a country club kid. I grew up accidentally hitting golf balls into the water. But I mean, if it's an expensive country club and they're using like the really fancy type of golf ball, like golfers can get real crazy about like the kind of golf. Oh yeah. Like people who are crazy about golf, like they will get super crazy about the golf balls that they're using. It's like they have to. It's the same thing as in any sport where there's like a certain level of superstition involved.
Is there a great like Okay, yeah, sure, but like, is there like a okay? I'm just trying to imagine. Is there like a basketball that's like better than the basketball that you can just?
I'm
get?
sure if you
like,
talk to basketball players, they would say yes.
Yeah, there's actually
okay.
like different types because they have one for like they have like a game ball and there's like different things. Like I don't want to go
These
into
are
like
just.
ridiculous
I should just
logistics
be
into
more
it.
experienced with the world. Clearly.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's also different materials, too. I think with golf balls, it depends on, like, the brand, too, and what you get. But I have seen people, you know, like, accidentally hit a golf ball into one of those ponds, and he's like, oh, my God, I spent so much money on that. I'm never getting that back. And I was like, oh, my God, it's a golf
crazy.
ball.
Yep.
Like,
People are
I always thought the clubs were the thing that was expensive.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
they are
expensive, too.
definitely
Yeah.
more expensive.
It is
feel
a
like,
real investment, this game.
No, golf is definitely a
It's a
big
rich person's game.
monetary commitment.
Got it.
I mean, any sport is to a certain degree, but yeah, with golf, there's definitely so much like superstition with like the balls and the clubs, and it's an interesting game.
It's very interesting, but like I also was very upset with Teddy in this episode because he was just like ragging on Bob about his like, you want to flip burgers all the rest of your life. I was like, Teddy.
I loved that
What is
yelling segment.
happening?
That was
Yeah.
so mean. But yeah, when he was yelling at him, you want to flip burgers for you? One last score, Bobby. Like,
I was like,
what? Since when did you do any scores with Bob? Like you guys are
also-
Ocean's 11 all of a sudden.
Yeah, but also like what got me was him trying to figure out how to take in air from the garden hose.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
I'm
And gagging?
dying. Yeah, you and I
Oh my
were dying.
God.
trying
And
to
Bob's
That was
like,
really
Teddy,
funny.
Teddy, just breathe in through the hose.
He's like, yeah.
Like, maybe I just do one without the hose though. If you do it, that's why I'm here. Don't do it without the. Come on.
And the thing is, like, Bob really only went with him to humor him. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that was just
Right,
that
just
was,
to be a good
it
friend.
was yes, support. Yes, it was just an instance of Bob being a good friend to a friend who was really not, who was kind of ragging on him, but it was in a way to be like, hey man, I really need you to come with me, but I can't just straight up ask you to do that because this is ridiculous. So he like started nagging on him and like, oh, you really want to just be flipping burgers? And
I feel like there's one scene missing from that like segment, the like final scene in the
Oh,
segment.
yeah, I agree.
I don't know what happened.
Because it was really cool, that chase sequence where they like you saw them like
yeah,
lose all the balls,
yeah,
right? Like
yes.
they basically lost all the.
They
But I
did.
wanted them to be okay with it or something. Like we didn't get to see
Yeah.
how they felt about the balls and
I
the
agree with
whole
you.
chase.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see them just be like,
I mean-
all right, Bobby, that was a good one. He's like, maybe one more, and then like or whatever,
I agree,
you know.
Andrew.
Yeah, and
Something.
I'm also really sad that like Teddy was like, oh, you don't have a ski mask? No, you didn't tell me anything. And then he's
Why
got
are you? Why you got the padding? Oh, that killed me. Oh yeah, just for
bad.
dogs. If there are dogs, there are dogs, Teddy.
No, I
You get
mean,
bit by a dog.
this is for rollerblading,
Rollerblading.
but yeah, it probably would help with the dogs.
Yeah, and I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
what is happening?
so good.
It was just really cool because we haven't had a Teddy Bob adventure story in a while, but I do agree
Yeah.
with you that I felt like we didn't get that weird like round
get-
like,
yeah.
the ending.
The little button on the end.
Yeah,
when
I
you
mean,
did-
we got our ending with Gene, which was great, and I love that he kind of
Yes.
has a friend now. Also, that he has like months supply of chocolate, which really
yeah.
means that it's gonna be like.
And he,
week.
the
How many
fact-
did they say? Like several thousand, right? 10,000 or something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
boxes?
And they're like,
It's gonna
oh,
last
this is
them a
going to
week.
last you till you're 20. Nah, give it a month. No, a week.
Week,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the
Oh,
fact that
no.
he's just like swimming in the boxes
Yeah.
Like a hot
of
tub.
chocolates,
He
like
immediately
Scrooge
sat on
McDuck
top
style.
Of them,
Like,
like, you're melting a bunch of those young
that
men.
is true. That is true.
And I was also like, Linda wanted a box, and he was like, no, and
and
like
just
tried-
closed himself in.
Yeah.
You know what it reminded me of? Remember those little boxes that you can get from Japan that if you put the coin there and the box opens up and the cat takes it?
Oh, yes.
That's what it reminded me of, but reverse.
That's cute.
That
Super cute.
is
Gene the
amazing.
cat.
But yeah, but I love how like Louise was very supportive. Like we already knew that the Belchers are always been a supportive family, but I love that she's like, no, I'm not letting you give up. I'm gonna help you. We're gonna
Yeah.
sneak you in Trojan horse style.
She had a
to
great
get
little
you in there."
motivational speech.
Yeah, and I
I
love that
loved
Tina was
that.
like trying to like play along, but she was having a hard time because she
Well,
couldn't follow the line.
And to bring it full circle to the sports conversation, Gene's reaction to Louise talking to him was, I love motivational speeches. Now I know what it must be like to play basketball.
Yes.
It was great. I was just like, I don't know how we sure.
All right, Gene. Okay, but yeah, it was a really really cute episode. The opening credits were back; they were gone last week.
Yes.
We had Brush It Again, Sam refurbished toothbrushes, and then No Country for Old Mice.
Yeah, that was good.
I loved that the convenience store was legitimately called Stop and Spend.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's
And then
hilarious.
Gene was really mad that it wasn't his usual convenience store guy, and he's like, he joined the Peace Corps.
That was really great.
I was like, all right.
You saw the burger of the day this time, right?
All I got was Citizen something.
Citizen
Citizen
Kale.
Kale.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I loved
I'm
it.
sad that we didn't get get to see the second one.
Yeah,
like,
it was
it
totally-
takes 2 or tomorrow or something like
There
that.
was
We're gonna have to
there were
rewatch it.
definitely a lot of film references in this with No Country for Old Mice, Brush It Again, Sam, and
Yeah.
also the burgers of the week. So yeah, it was really
Good stuff.
It was
Good stuff.
really
Classics,
awesome.
really.
Yeah, classic. Just like this episode of Bob's Burgers was. I'd give it borderline instant classic status.
Yeah, it was a
Wouldn't go
really
so
good
far, but
episode.
yeah, it was really really
I feel
good.
like we got our antics back. It was nice.
We haven't mentioned this moment yet, but I'm going to throw it out while we're
Yeah.
talking. The moment where he feels betrayed by Ferdy and runs to the car, and he's like, he's talking to the woman at the desk, and he's like, "Tell my mom I'm in the car, and also that I'm not crying, and also that something else," and runs.
Yeah.
And then how
So
he
good.
ran into the wrong door because he was like, "Oh, you can't."
the door that doesn't open.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, I gotta go to the other one," because it
Yeah.
also reminds me of like any other store. Sometimes they're like, "Please use any other door," but you don't know what other door means, so
Yeah.
you use both, and you're like, "I don't know what's happening."
You just get stuck. You just get stuck and embarrassed.
But I
and-
love how he is
Case
a
of
little kid
sadness.
and was like, "Please page my
Yeah.
mom."
Oh
Like,
my
you know?
god!
Page
So
my mom.
please
Brought
page
so
my
good.
mother in the gift shop.
Yeah.
It was great.
Which just invoked hearing those pages growing up, like of lost children in the grocery store,
I
which
know.
happened all the time.
Especially to
Yeah.
me, because I always wandered off to go find books or something. Especially in
yeah.
Costco, I was like, I'm gonna go find the book section, and then and then Costco's big, so you're like, I don't know where my mom is. I
Yeah.
lost her from security.
Yeah, we lost my brother at a Kids R Us one time.
Oh no!
It's
no.
okay. Our neighbors happened to walk into that Kids R Us and
No
find
way.
him once he got lost.
goodness.
Yep, it was very fortuitous timing.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
great.
Yep. I mean, we would have found him.
Yeah,
we
of
would have
course.
paged for him. Please
Yeah.
come find your mother. But yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Anyway, any other things you guys want to talk about before we put a little bow on this Bob's Burgers birthday edition for
No.
me?
Great episode.
No.
That last speech he gave was great.
Yeah.
The your eye is bleeding thing was great. And that's
Oh
it.
yeah, him throwing candy at everybody. Sorry, I hit you in the face.
Your eye is bleeding. Yeah.
That old man was
Old man.
perfect.
Awesome. Well, yes, then that is going to conclude this episode of the Bob's Burgers After Show here on AfterBuzz TV. Alexis Torres, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me all over the internet at oh my god, I was to say I'm a Fyffe.
Nope, that's me.
Nope, that's over there. At atorres890. I'm on a bunch of shows here on AfterBuzz TV. I'm going to be doing Into the Badlands next week, and Sense 8 in May. That's May 13th, I believe. So definitely check that out.
Ooh,
God.
Andrew Mena.
You guys can find me online at Andrew Mena and on my website and things. Come talk to me, people.
And I'm Emma Fyffe, for real.
Yes,
and I can
sorry.
be found all over the internet at my name, which is Emma Fyffe. I'm only doing Star Wars Rebels and Bob's Burgers at AfterBuzz right now, but I'm doing
Nice.
lots of other things, so follow me on Twitter. You'll know all about it. Again, it is my birthday, so thank you.
Happy birthday!
Everybody who's been sending me well wishes today and hanging out with us on these shows, saying happy birthday, all the stuff. This beautiful cake here
It is beautiful.
Oh my God, yes.
this was gifted to me by Megan Salinas and Katie Cullen, with whom I do many shows. And shout out to Alexis for these birthday gifts.
Aw.
I got a cute little Makachine keychain. This is all Yuri on Ice stuff, and an Oh Yuri pin because Alexis knows my ships.
That's cute.
Thank you again, guys, so much for joining us. We will be back next week because Bob's Burgers seems to be on a regular air
It's back on.
schedule.
I
All
like
of a
it.
sudden, we'll see how long that lasts, and we will see you all next week. Bye,
Bye, guys.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.